was intended to be R-rated, and there still is the R-rated uncut version, which Why, hello there, YouTube, and welcome back to 31. So, day 14 now, and it's day 2 of Werewolf Week. And for that one, I'm reviewing the movie Cursed. Yeah, Cursed. You know, from the same writing and directing team that gave us the original Scream trilogy. Yeah, it was written by Kevin Williamson and, of course, directed by the late, great Wes Craven. Not that I need to tell you that, because the info card that came up will have told you. So this follows two siblings played by Jessie Eisenberg and Christina Ricci, Ellie and Jimmy, who, whilst driving home one night, encounter this big, what they think is a dog, but then realise that they are now cursed and they carry the mark of the beast, which is the werewolf. And if they do not find the wolf that did it to them by separating the brain from the heart with silver, they will become werewolves themselves. And along the way, we see them come across, monstrous werewolves. Even their dog becomes cursed at one point. Jimmy's, is a bit of a nerd and gets bullied and picked on, and his bully just confesses that, okay, I did this to you because, I'm gay and it just feels like a curse. But then he obviously accepts who he is, and actually, Jimmy has a crush on, what's the guy called? Bo. He has a crush on Bo's girlfriend, and they get together in the end. And of course, they do manage to find the wolf that did it to them, and they manage to stop the curse from getting them. And all before their big transformation. So what did I like about this movie? Well, when I saw this was a werewolf flick, I was drawn in. I saw this film when it came out, it came out 20 years ago. 20 years ago, and I saw it in 2006. And I liked it. I like the effects for its time. I mean, the effects on the werewolves now are very dated with the CGI, but the practical effects with the werewolf, they look decent enough. They look good enough. And I liked, the gothic atmosphere. I like Christina Ricci, Of course, we all know her from playing Wednesday Addams in the 90s in the Addams Family movies. And Jessie Eisenberg, we all now know him for so many roles. But to my knowing, this was probably one of his earlier days in film. He was in it too. Also, this had a cameo at the beginning from Bowling for Soup. We also had Shannon Elizebeth in there too. And apparently there was many, many more cameos filmed and set for this movie. But then the studio interfered. They thought, let's get some younger people in these seats and tone the movie down to a PG-13. Because originally it was intended to be R-rated, and there still is the R-rated uncut version, which you can check out. I think in the UK we got the uncut version, because in the UK this film was a 15, which is our equivalent of the R rating, But still, I didn't see any of the cameos they had in there that included Corey Feldman and some others. I also like that chase sequence in the movie where that young woman's in the car park or the car lot and she's being hunted and chased by a werewolf. That's an intense scene. And from close-ups it's, practical, but when it's chasing her, like jumping from the cars, that is CGI. But again, I didn't mind. It's mid-2000s CGI. What looked great 20 years ago probably doesn't always age greatly for some. But there are films that have done that where it has aged greatly. But yeah, Wes Craven and Kevin Williamson's writing and directing, they gave us Scream, which is, one of the best slashers of the 90s, and redefined the slasher genre. And they, paired up together again to make this movie. Wes Craven doing the directing, Kevin Williamson doing the writing. And I feel this movie gets underlooked. It gets underlooked. I feel it's underrated. Because I think it generally is a decent film that doesn't get talked about enough. And, of course, this is the only werewolf movie Wes Craven ever directed in his entire career. Yeah, he directed only one werewolf movie, which is this. And 10 years before, he only directed one vampire movie. That was Vampire in Brooklyn with Eddie Murphy. Maybe I'll do that next year. Maybe a vampire week. Who knows? But, yes. This one, I like the whole whodunit thing. It was like a bit of a mystery, like thinking, who is the wolf that did it to him? Has it cursed them and that? We get Judy Greer in there as well, who, is, appeared in the David Gordon Green's Halloween trilogy as, Laurie's daughter Karen. But she's been in so many other things before that and since. But she was a recognisable face as well, I saw in this movie, and was a werewolf. Bit tacky CGI with the transformation, but still a good transformation sequence nonetheless. And yeah, there was some dark humorous moments in there as well, I thought. And some, intense supernatural stuff, but all in all, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I just switched my mind off to it. I just went in there, and even 20 years later, watching it now, I still think some of the effects haven't aged as well as the others. There's even a bit where the werewolf talks, just shouts liar and gives Christina Ricci the middle finger when she's saying shit about her to get her to come out from hiding. So yes, Cursed. I don't think it's a bad movie, but I can tell it had a lot of studio interference as well. So I will give Cursed, I will probably give this one, I'll give it a 4 stabs out of 5. Like I say, it has its flaws, but to me it's a favourite of mine. So there you go, there is my review for today. Have you seen this one? Let me know what you think down below in the comments, and if you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up, share with your friends, and feel free to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and to hit that notification bell. I have been Random Ross, and this has been 31 day 14 and day 2 of Werewolf Week. So I'll see you tomorrow, and until then, don't have nightmares.